Good evening, fans. Welcome in here tonight on AudioSportsOnline.com. I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn as we are back at it. A doubleheader tonight as the Cascade Cadets play host to the Cloverdale Clovers. It'll be the girls first, followed by the boys. And it should be a very exciting evening of high school basketball. Girls out on the floor. Still got about 11 minutes up on the clock. And we'll get you some starting lineups as well as sponsor names here in just a few moments. Before I do that, I'll bring in my broadcast partner for the evening, Lex Zorn. And Lex, it should be a very exciting evening of high school basketball. Have you pull that microphone up there, and what do you think?
Yeah, it's great to be back here in Clayton. Finally, after 24 days, you know, I got so accustomed to coming here 2-3 times a week for that stretch of about a month where the boys had several home games and the girls had that 7-game homestand. Then they took a long break for Christmas and New Year's. Then they both teams returned to action last week in the Hendricks County tournament with mixed results. But tonight they're back here, starting with the girls team, who are currently ranked number 6th in the state in Class 2A. They unfortunately lost both of their games in the Hendricks County tournament last week, although they did have overall a very good performance in the quarterfinal match against Plainfield, the host team, who was ranked number 18 in Class 4A entering in that game. The Lady Cadets proved that they can hang with anybody in the state, led for a lot of the game, even into the fourth quarter, before falling by a score of 62-58. And really, I think in a lot of situations, the Lady Cadets would have won that game, but it was their first game in 17 days, and it showed they did look rusty, and they were just out of sync at times. There were a few uncharacteristically bad passes that really hurt the team down the stretch. But the big disappointment last week wasn't that game as much as the fifth-place game on Saturday, in which the Lady Cadets lost to Tri-West by a score of 55-45 after beating the Bruins 56-52 right here in Clayton back on November the 22nd. However, Cascade rebounded from that game by getting a nice road win on Tuesday night out at Northview in the town of Brazil. Northview's a 3A team, but the Lady Cadets cruised to a 64-56 win in that one, improving on the season to a record of 8-2 against Class 3A teams, which certainly gives a lot of hope, you know, as we head into the tournament. Now, tonight, Cascade has a solid but unspectacular opponent with the Cloverdale Clovers, who enter the game with a record of 11-7. They are a Class 2A team, and Cascade is 3-0 in this on the season against other Class 2A teams. Of course, the Lady Cadets themselves are in Class 2A. Cloverdale is coming off 5 consecutive losing seasons to start the era of head coach Matthew Langdon, but it looks like they're going to break that streak this year. They have not had great success, but it looks like their best team in a long time, and they have a very promising young superstar in 5'9" sophomore center Tori Combs, who looks like is going to be one of the best players who has played against the Lady Cadets this year. Tori is averaging 16.3 points as well as 12 rebounds. Get this, 4.9 steals as well as 1.3 blocks a game. So she's someone who can really hit you from all angles. And if you're a Cloverdale fan, you got to be excited, very excited that you're going to have her back for the next 2 years. So certainly she should be a handful for center Bailey Walker of Cascade, and possibly to help contain her presence. Backup center Trinity Hostetler is getting a rare start tonight. Hostetler is 5'11", and certainly, you know, having and Walker, by the way, is 5'10", so certainly having two big bodies inside can go a long way toward curbing Tori Combs' presence. Other than that, the Lady Clovers get a lot of help from 5'2" junior guard Abby Walker, who's second on the team in scoring with 10.5 points a game. And also up front from freshman Sammy Schrum, who is 5'9", leading the team in second on the team in rebounding. She is 8.1 points a game, as well as 7.3 rebounds and 2.9 steals. So certainly this is a team, as you know, while they're having a decent season at 11-7, should be a lot better a year and especially 2 years from now, with especially with Schrum being back for 3 more years and Combs being back for 2 more years. So the fans who've been patient with Coach Langdon for the last 6 years now starting to pay some dividends here. Meanwhile, looking at Cascade, their leading scorer now is senior Michaela Collier, who wears number 0. She's 5'5". She actually was behind Bailey Walker for most of the season, but after some great games, including in the Hendricks County tournament, Collier now has her average up to 14.4 rebounds a game. And then Walker close behind at 14.3 points. She's also the team's leading rebounder, pulling in 8.5 a game. Also, Hannah Rasnake, another senior at 5'11", a junior at 5'11", and someone they're going to be counting on a lot next year, is the team's other double-figure scorer with 10.3 points a game. While 5'6" junior guard Olivia Bryant is almost in double figures with 8.9 a game. So it's a game in which Cascade certainly has the edge in experience and in depth, but the Lady Clovers, have a couple of young guns who look like they're potential superstars. So certainly if you're head coach David Carpenter for Cascade, you have to guard against overconfidence because, sometimes when you have a team that's a year or two away from peaking, they'll have a breakout performance on a game like this, so you just want to be ready for it. And Cascade, obviously, now with only a couple weeks left to tune up for the tournament, they do not want to have any letdowns. After today, they'll be back in action in less than 24 hours. They're playing at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon against South Vermilion with the boys teams in the 2 respective schools to play here at 7:30 that night. And then after that, the Lady Cadets return to action a week from tonight in the Western Indiana Conference playoffs. And then they have 3 regular season games after that. A week from tomorrow night, they're going to be just a few miles down the road at Plainfield, followed by a week from Tuesday, that's the 24th, at Avon, before they return home here for Senior Day a week from Thursday against the Speedway Lady Sparkplugs. So I'm so excited that after 5 years of high school sports commentary, I finally get to commentate a Sparkplugs game. In any sport, it's just a thrill because they have one of the great mascots in not only Indiana but in the country. And then after that, of course, while that will be Senior Day on the 26th, that will not be the final home game for these Lady Cadets because they do host a sectional, so they could have 2 or 3 more home games than that. And they will be by far the favorite to win their sectional, by the way. So we certainly hope they will anyway.
Well, let's go ahead and meet our starting lineups for tonight's game. And we will start with your Cascade Cadets, as the Lady Cadets will feature Michaela Collier, a senior, 5'5". Number 13 is Olivia Bryant, a junior, 5'6". Number 24 is Amelia Bryant, a junior, 5'9". Number 33, Bailey Walker, a senior, 5'10". And number 35 is Trinity Hostetler, a junior, 5'11". So Collier, Bryant, Walker, and Hostetler, the starting lineup tonight for the Lady Cadets. A little bit different than the starting lineup we have seen throughout the course of the season. For the visiting Cloverdale Clovers, number 10 is Kelsey Helterbrand, a senior, 5'4". Number 11, Sammy Schrum, a freshman, 5'9". Number 22, Abby Walker, a junior, 5'2". Number 31, Tori Combs, a sophomore, 5'9". And number 32 is Haley Thomas, a freshman, 5'5". So Helterbrand, Schrum, Walker, Combs, and Thomas tonight for the visiting Cloverdale Clovers. As you can see, the Lady Cadets now back out on the floor. Here come the Lady Clovers as well. Cascade will be the home team tonight. The white jerseys, those difficult to see blue letters and numbers. The Lady Clovers with the road green black letters and numbers. I want to thank, as usual, the fabulous administration here at the Cascade High School, including Mr. John Acton, the principal, and Scott Stevens, the athletic director. We are able to come out here and do the job that we do because of them. They are fabulous, and they treat us very, very well. I want to thank some of the sponsors as well. Platinum Partner CJ's Pizza, Platinum Partner AIC Irrigation, Diamond Partner North Salem State Bank, and Diamond Partner Best Way Drywall Incorporated. So thank you to all of those folks for making it possible, for supporting the Cascade Athletic Department. Still got about a minute and a half up on the clock. Both teams out on the floor. And here in just a moment, we're going to have high school basketball. Like, we're starting to get to that point in the season where we turn the quarter and we start looking towards tournament time. So a very exciting time for the cadets as they're going to look to really get into the full swing of things heading towards a big part of the season.
Yeah, it sure is. And certainly, it helps that they have scheduled tough all year. This is their 17th game of the year, only their 4th game of the season against a fellow 2A team. So, the other their other 12 games have all, their other 13 games have all been against Class 3A or 4A teams, and that's really going to toughen them up for the tournament that starts here at Cascade in 3 weeks. Great that the Lady Cadets host a sectional. And now we're getting ready to have the starting lineup introductions and the national anthem here in just a moment. But anyway, it's great to be back here at Clayton. This is the Lady Cadets' first home game in exactly a month. They last played here all the way back 31 days ago on December 13th with that nice win over the Monrovia Lady Bulldogs. That was the last game in the 7-game homestand. Since then, they've been on the road as well as out at Plainfield there for the Hendricks County tournament last week. But there's no place like home, and they're going to be here a lot over the next 3 weeks, culminating with that sectional. Hopefully will be another sectional win for the Lady Cadets. They're going for their first in a decade. So certainly it looks like this could be their year to do it. They, especially with all the juniors and seniors here, the starting lineup on this team, and the fact they've been in the top 10 consistently all or most of the season, and that we will pause for the national anthem.
Those who currently protect it, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Please welcome the Cascade High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Doug McCoy. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Once again, welcome to Cascade High School for this evening's girls varsity basketball contest between our guests, the Clovers of Cloverdale High School.
Well, both teams getting ready to be introduced now, and it should be a very exciting evening of high school basketball, girls and boys, doubleheader. And don't forget, as Lex said, we'll be back here tomorrow for the girls' game at 2 o'clock, and then we'll have the boys at 7:30. And we will bring you all the play-by-play action live. And, of course, if you miss any part of tonight's broadcast, you can check it out on demand. Go back and listen and watch any time you want.
And 32, Haley Thomas. The Lady Clovers are coached by Matthew Blackton. Starting for Cascade.
All right, both teams been introduced. The Cadets will be the home team on the scoreboard tonight. They'll move from left to right on your computer screen. The Lady Clovers will be the visitors. Lek, would you like to do our usual? I'll take 1 and 3. You take 2 and 4.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
All right. And it'll be number 33, Walker, for your Lady Cadets to tip it up against number 31.
Yeah, Tori Combs.
Yeah,
the sophomore
visitors.
sensation. Team's leading scorer.
Tipped up, and it is bounced around a little bit before finally being corralled by the visitors from Cloverdale. And not much of a trip for either one of these two teams when they get together. Just a little straight shot there down 40. Shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Cloverdale Clovers. And that's number 10, Helterbrand with it. Gets it off over to Schrum. Schrum over to 32, Thomas. And the ball stolen away by the Lady Cadets. So back the other way comes Cascade. So we'll see if the Cadets can get on the board first here tonight. As the pass knocked out of bounds, Hostetler. Now, we've seen Hostetler throughout the course of the year, Lek, but I think this is the first game we've covered where she's been in the starting lineup.
I think you're right, and I think they probably have her in there to help contain Cloverdale's dominating center, Tori Combs, who's the team's leading scorer and rebounder with 16 and 12 a game respectively. So together with Bailey Walker, I'm sure Hostetler will do a good job in helping keep Combs under control.
Shot up and missed by the Cadets, so now here comes Cloverdale back with the ball. And a chance for them to strike first. Combs with it. Flips it across court over to Thomas. And now it'll come all the way to the right side. Back up top over to Schrum. Schrum dribbles, skips it across court over to Helterbrand. Now up top to Walker. Right side, it goes in the corner to Helterbrand. As you said, like they are denying the ball to Combs.
Yeah, and I think that's the strategy they're going to take all night. And it's Combs being a sophomore. It'll be interesting to see how she responds to that.
Now back the other way, up and in for 2.
Michaela Collier, the team's leading scorer, strikes first blood tonight.
And Cascade quickly on the board. They lead it 2-0, and now a turnover back the other way, so Cascade will get the ball back.
It should be noted that while Trinity Hostetler has not gotten a lot of minutes this year, she did play a lot of heavy minutes off the bench in place of the foul-troubled Bailey Walker there in that overtime loss to Cardinal Ritter.
Yeah, she's definitely been sort of the go. A nice pass inside. Walker missed the layup, had a good look at it, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, put too much muscle on it.
Yeah, Combs grabs the rebound, and here come now there's a steal back by the Lady Cadets. They'll run back the other way. Nice job that time. Collier with the steal, the shot blocked by Combs. That's one thing you mentioned, like in the pregame. Combs is really a 5-tool player.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's averaging, despite, the 16 points and 12 rebounds a game, what's really incredible, she's averaging nearly 5 steals a game. So, I mean, she really does it in every aspect. And we'll see how she does tonight, however, against the much more experienced Lady Cadets, who appear to be specifically designed to contain her. So now the other end, three-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound by Bailey Walker. Pitches down court. We got a wide open layup there. Up and good. That was Olivia Bryant, her first points. And it's a 4-0 Lady Cadets lead. Less than 3 minutes into the game here in Clayton. Lady Cadets back here at home for the first time in 31 days.
Yeah, as you said, like it's been a prolonged absence. And put up and in for 2. That was Combs, I think.
Yeah, her first points.
And that comes off the rebound that time, which will make it and now there's a steal. And coming back the other way, fouled, and it will be the Cloverdale Clovers going to the free throw line. And it'll be number 32, Haley Thomas, shooting 2.
Haley Thomas, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Lady Clovers. The other one is Shammy Schrum.
Yeah, and that tells you all you need to know right there. I mean, it's great for the future. Obviously, you got 2 freshmen and a sophomore in your starting lineup, but it's going to make it a long year when you're starting with that.
Yeah, that's right. Although they're at 11-7, they're not doing too badly, all things considered. But yeah, certainly the next 2 years, and then especially the next 3 years, as Thomas hits the second free throw after missing the first. So it's a 4-3 game now.
Now back the other way. Cascade with the 1-point lead in the ball, and now a turnover. Threw it to the wrong team that time. There's a quick 2 up and good from Thomas. So it'll make it a 5-4 game, and now a whistle and a ball knocked out of bounds. It'll continue to belong to the Cadets.
Yeah, when I first heard the whistle, I figured that Carpenter had taken a timeout. Certainly can't be happy that after that 4-0 lead, they've given up 5 points, and 2 of them, field goals converted from two of the scores converted from bad passes.
Now Bryant gets it right side and takes the shot up. No good. That was Rasnake checking into the ball game. First time she's touched the ball. And now back the other way. Combs gets to the basket, gets nice position, puts it up and in for 2. And it is now a 7-4 affair quickly in favor of the Cloverdale Clovers.
Well, they're playing very tough defense, and the Lady Clovers, I don't think we're prepared for this. They look rattled. Now Walker takes it into the lane.
Now loose ball tracked down in the backcourt. And back the other way, Collier with it for the Cadets. So a little bit of a disjointed beginning for Cascade. Walker, right side. And a whistle and a foul underneath the basket on Cloverdale.
Well, I'll tell you, I give Cloverdale all the credit in the world. Sometimes, and now you got Lexi Gross coming into the game for Cascade. We got Bailey Walker and Olivia Bryant both sitting down. And so we'll see how Lexi Gross, mainly a defensive specialist, the shortest player on the team at 5'2", but she's a real spark plug who's, done some nice work in spots there off the bench this season for the Lady Cadets. She's a very, very exciting, spirit-filled player. And now we drive to the basket by Hannah Rasnick with her first points, and that cuts the lead to 1, breaking a 7-point run there by Cloverdale.
Yeah, nice job that time by the Cascade Cadets, and a quick 2 to really step into that run by the Lady Clovers, and now whistle off the rebound. And a foul going to be called on Cascade. No,
I think they're taking a timeout.
No, I'm sorry, timeout called by Cascade. So 7-6 our score. We're midway through the first quarter, and Leck, as we thought, Cloverdale going to fight hard. This could be a very good game.
Yeah, when they went down 4-0, being with their youth and inexperience, I thought they might get a little tight, but instead they fired back hard. They just got very pesky. Made a couple of steals. Cascade got a little sloppy, a little rattled, uncharacteristically. And, Cascade, it's actually Cloverdale has been the more composed team so far. So hopefully this timeout will help them shake off the rust and come out and play the kind of Cascade ball that we've seen all year, where they've, consistently won, and the games they've lost, they've usually been very competitive. And for the most part, when they've lost, they have not beaten themselves. It was just because they happened to play a better team. So now back into action here. Hannah Rasnick should be noted, by the way, third on the team in scoring, but she did come off the bench tonight. Hostetler got the start in Rasnick's place. So it was good to see Rasnick get that quick layup when she first got into the game.
Now coming back the other way, pass down inside, going hard to the hole, shot up, draws the foul, and Collier will go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, the good thing about wearing number 0, as Michaela Collier does, is that you never score below your uniform number. So she scored the first points of the game. She has 2 now, and she's trying to add to that. She's averaging 14.4 on the season. First one is up and good, so we're tied again.
Yeah, and this has sort of a back-and-forth affair written all over it.
Yes, indeed. 4:04 to go here, nearly midway through the first quarter here at Clayton. First game of a boys-girls doubleheader. Collier, after several bounces, is good on the free throw, so the Lady Cadets go back up 8-7. So now Cascades bring it down. They try to find, they did find Combs, but her shot is in and out. But after several bounces, and it goes out of bounds to Cascade. So good break there for the Lady Cadets, and it looked like Combs was about to get another easy score.
So game reset for you. Cascade leads at 8-7. 3 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn from the Cascade High School.
Tell you one thing that I love this gym, but one thing I wish were different. I wish we were in the center of the court like we were at Plainfield last week, so we could see all the inbounds passes. Sometimes we can't see the action under the near basket.
Yeah, we'll work on that. There's a putback up and in for two, and that was number 24 for the Cadets,
Amelia Bryant.
Yeah, Amelia Bryant, up and in for two.
So 6-0 run now for Cascade after they gave up that 7-0 run.
Nice push that time by the Lady Cadets. As you said, Lecter regained the lead. They lead it by 3, ball out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Cloverdale under their own basket. And I'm Rob Kendall along with Lex Zorn, coming to you tonight as your Lady Cadets taking on the Cloverdale Lady Clovers. 3-point lead for Cascade midway through the first quarter. Ball on the floor. Combs has it. Oh, great pass that time. And a foul going to be called on Cascade. That was number 34, LaCane Price, another freshman, Leck.
Yeah, they actually have 5 freshmen on the team, 2 in the starting lineup. So, boy, I'll tell you, only 2 seniors, one starter, Kelsey Helterbrand, and then a reserve, Peyton Simpson, as well as another one, Lauren Meek. So 3 seniors, but only 1 starter. This Cloverdale team, as good as they're not great this year, but certainly they're decent at 11-7. They should be much better for the next 2 years. And these girls, having had the experience of playing together 2 or 3 years in a starting lineup, that will pay off big time. As Price is no good on the first free throw. That first name, by the way, is Lakkain. That's a new one to me. I have no idea where that one came from. But anyway, second free throw is up and good. So that cuts the lead to 10-8. Cascade leading 2:57 to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. First game of a boys-girls doubleheader. The boys teams from these respective schools will be playing after this game.
Full court press, and both of these teams have tried to set up pressure in the backcourt. Not a ton of success either way.
Wow.
Of course, as soon as I say that, we're going to get a 10-second call.
I'll tell you, at the relentless style of this game, I really wonder how much the stamina of these teams is. I wonder how much these teams are going to hold up. If they have enough stamina to play like this for a full 32 minutes. So now drive to the basket, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by, and then we got a whistle here. That was Laura Batts there on the rebound. She was fouled. The foul is going to, the call is going to go against Cloverdale, and now
they beat everybody back that time. And it ended up being number 12.
Alexi Gross, yeah.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, they I was so focused on the other end of the court, I missed the pass until she was about to lay it in.
Yeah, Gross beat everybody back that time and had an easy 2.
Yeah, Alexi Gross, mainly known for, she's mainly, a defensive spark plug, but you leave her open, and she has, such good speed. She can get the points, when she's open like that. And at 5'2", the shortest player in the game, but she's just a fierce, relentless competitor. A lot of fun to watch. I always like when she gets in the game. And now we got an NBA distance 3 there by Haley Thomas. She has 6 now. Great play from the 5'5" freshman. And it cut the lead back to 1. And now a miss on the other end. And Cloverdale's bringing it down. And now another wide-open 3 from Thomas. This one in and out. Rebound by Combs. She dribbles now. Pitches back out. And Sammy Shrum has it back over to Combs. Thinks about a three-pointer now. Pitches inside. It's through the hands of her teammate. Now it's knocked out of bounds. Now we got a whistle here. I think they might get Gross for a reach-in.
You got to really like the Cloverdale uniforms, though. Like they remind me of Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yeah, the bright green, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of remind me of those Notre Dame uniforms there.
So now Collier and Hostetler both back into the game for for Cascade, Batts and Gross sitting down. Cloverdale with the ball trailing by 1 late in the first quarter. Shot blocked there, I believe, by Hostetler. And now Cloverdale, we got a fast break, layup, no good, and fight for the loose ball. Cloverdale controls it. And they will bring it down now, 1:09 to go, 12-11 Cascade.
Multiple times now, Alec, the Clovers have allowed the Cadets to beat them back the other way, and we'll see if they're able to pick that up throughout the course of the ball game. But easy looks for Cascade.
Yes. And on the other end, Tori Combs has missed a couple of short bank shots, and that had she made either one of them, Cloverdale would be in the lead right now. So, Lady Clovers definitely came to play, believing they could pull off the upset tonight over a ranked team on the road. And now it's another steal there, and put up and in there. That was Tori Combs. She has 6 now. So now a three-pointer on the other end, in and out, and it's knocked out of bounds to Cloverdale. So the Lady Clovers with the ball and a 1-point lead, 34.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Clayton. Combs and Thomas with 6 points each for Cloverdale. Looks like they're going to hold for the last shot. Thomas is dribbling just inside the midcourt line. Now 18 seconds left. She gives the ball up. Drives down court. Now we got a steal there. And Hostetler comes away with it. Pitches down to Walker. Fast break. But it's stolen there and knocked away. And now on the other end, Thomas with the ball. 2 seconds. 3-point shot. Off the backboard. No good. So we go to the second quarter here at Clayton with Cloverdale surprisingly strong in the first quarter. They lead your Cascade Lady Cadets by a score of 13-12 here on Audio Sports Online. So, certainly a very exciting first quarter. Haley Thomas and Tori Combs lead Cloverdale in scoring with 6 points apiece, while LaCane Price added a free throw. Meanwhile, for the Cascade Lady Cadets, Michaela Collier, the team's leading scorer on the season, also the leading scorer in the first quarter with 4 points. And then Olivia Bryant, Amelia Bryant, Hannah Rasnick, and Lexi Gross have 2 points apiece, bringing us to our current score of 13-12. Well, I'll tell you, Cloverdale came out, and I don't think Cascade was prepared for their relentless defense, especially the full court pressing. Cascade has made at least 3 steals as the Lady Cadets were trying to bring it past midcourt. Cloverdale's made at least 3 steals while the Lady Cadets were trying to bring it past midcourt. And I think that if Cascade just stays focused and, doesn't get rattled, plays good team ball, and remembers what, got them to this point where they've been a top 10 team almost all season long, if not all season long, then I think they will beat this more youthful and inexperienced Cloverdale team. But make no mistake about it, Cloverdale does have a lot of raw young talent that, is likely to be much better over these next 2 years and make Cloverdale, a top 10 team here in Class 2A.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that, a little pain now for a little gain in the future. And like you said, all those young players, a lot of freshmen, sophomore out there. It's really going to be interesting to see how Cloverdale advances. Long 2 up, no good.
Nice rebound there by Walker. So the Lady Cadets now with the ball. The first possession here in the second quarter. And it's a bad pass, though, but it's still saved there. But now then stolen away. Cross-court pass now knocked out of bounds to Cloverdale. So certainly, not the best game so far for the Lady Cadets, but they're only down by 1. So we got nearly 3 quarters of play. So now pass inside. 3-pointer there by and she hit it. It looked like it slipped out of her hands the wrong way, but nevertheless, Walker, Abby Walker, a 5'2" junior, nails a very awkward-looking 3. It looks like she shot it, just by shoving it forward rather than going to a proper shooting motion, but it's swished nevertheless, and now at the other end we got a whistle with Cloverdale having their biggest lead of the game at 4 points, 16-12.
It's definitely a back-and-forth affair, and like we said, it's going to be one of those games you got to feel it's going to come right down to the final couple possessions.
Yes, I believe so. And now the first free throw is no good there for Cascade. Second free throw is up, and it is good. So it's 16-13 now, your score here. And now the other end of the court. And now we got they lose the ball here out of bounds to Cascade on a bobbled cross-court pass. That was Michaela Collier there on the last free throw, by the way. So now on the other end, a 3-point. Now Hannah Resnick with the ball. Passes over to Olivia Bryant. Now inside to Bailey
great
Walker.
Pass.
Yes, Walker lays it in for her first points of the game. She's been a little slow these last few games after that red-hot start, but she gets her first points there, cutting the lead to 1 now. Now the other end, Lady Cadets don't get back fast enough on defense, but it's shot by Tori Combs in and out. She gets a rebound, puts it back up, and hits it. So Tori Combs with a game-high 8, and that pushes the lead back up to 3 for the Lady Clovers. And now on the other end, it looks like there was a pass to Walker, but she bumped into a Cloverdale player, goes out of bounds to Cloverdale with 6:09 to go. So really, Cascade, the story of the game so far, Cascade just committed too many turnovers.
Well, and another issue, Leck, that they've had is, and it's an issue we've talked about in a couple games, that they've ended up coming on the short end of the stick. I think you maybe remember them there more so than the games you win, but they've missed some good looks at the basket, right by the basket.
Yes, that's right. And, so certainly this is their 4th game since the Christmas break now, so they shouldn't have any rust anymore. And this is also their they've their games have been pretty well paced. They've been had gaps of 3, 4, and 3 days, so fatigue shouldn't be a factor either. So I think a lot of it is just I think they probably just weren't prepared for this, all-out blitz that we've seen from the Cloverdale defense. I think at halftime, Coach Carpenter will make some adjustments, and I think they'll come out and handle it a lot better in the second half. And now we've got a layup no good there, and rebound controlled by Cascade there. With 5:33 to go, Lady Cadets down by 3, 18-15 here in the second quarter. Pass into Bailey Walker. They found her open again, so now she gets her second layup in close proximity to cut the lead to 1 now, 18-17. Boy, if they have a big game out of Bailey Walker, it seems, and now she gets a steal on the other end and throws it down court to, I believe that's Hostetler, back to Walker, who's a very good ball handler in her own right, especially for a center. So now Collier with the ball. It's knocked out of bounds to Cascade, 5:03 to go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do without Combs in the ball game, because she's such an integral part of that offense. And obviously they've got to get her some rest, and you see if Cascade can take advantage of her not being in the game.
Yeah, now they draw a foul on the drive to the basket, so now the Lady Cadets will have a chance to tie or take the lead if they hit both free throws here. So I believe that's Olivia Bryant going to the line now. That's the second foul, by the way, on Price. Team 5th. First free throw up and good, so we're tied at 18. Hildebrandt, by the way, the only senior starter for Cloverdale, averages only 5.4 points a game, but she gets her own rebound after and puts it up, but it's blocked. So Olivia Bryant, 1 of 2 there on the free throw line, and we're tied at 18, nearly midway through the second quarter here at Clayton. And now,
little nose dive there by a cadet going for the ball, and
goes out of bounds.
Bryant, she's going to get up. She'll be okay. Number 13 for the Lady Cadets, Olivia Bryant.
Yeah, Olivia Bryant with 3 points on the game so far. 6 different Lady Cadets have scored. And now Combs back in the game. Finds a wide open Thomas for three. No good off the rim. Cloverdale gets the rebound. Now pitches back out to Walker. Abby Walker, that is. Now another three-pointer. And it's good again by... so that's Walker with her second threes with the same unorthodox shooting style. And Amelia Bryant on the other end. Cutting the lead to one now, 21-20 as we go under 4 minutes to go in the quarter. And now we got a timeout there. Coach Langdon taking a timeout for Cloverdale with 3:57 left to go here in the first half. Well, what a game it's been so far. Probably 6 or 7 lead changes. Surprisingly, after falling down 4-0 earlier, the younger and less experienced Lady Clovers, in fact, very young Lady Clovers, fought back hard, scored 7 points in a row, and it's been up and down ever since. So looks like we should have a real barn burner the rest of the way. Hopefully the boys' game will be as tough. But yeah, you look at who you look at who the Lady Clovers have. Like I said, Tori Combs, sophomore, leading the team with 16.3 points a game. Then you got Abby Walker, the junior, a 3-point whiz, averaging 10.5 points a game. And then also you got Haley Thomas, just a freshman, already starting, averaging 6.6 points a game. And finally, Sammy Schrum, 5'9", freshman, also starting with 8.1 points a game. Some of these freshmen and sophomores, they very well could be growing a few more inches as well. So I think, by the time these freshmen and sophomores are juniors and seniors, this is going to be easily a top 10 team, maybe a top 5 team here in the state in Class 2A. So obviously, Coach Langdon developing a lot of very good, young talent out there. But, while Cloverdale's a team of the future, Cascade is a team of the present, as indicated by their number 6 ranking here in Class 2A. And let's see if their age and experience will win out as the ball is tipped out of bounds to Cascade. So the Lady Cadets down by 2 with 3:49 to go here in the second quarter, now with the ball and trying to get the lead back. And I'll tell you, first few games I did, and now we got a steal there. Fight over the loose ball. I think it's going to be no. So Cascade comes away with it. They feed. I believe that was Bryant for a wide open jumper. No, Collier. Excuse me. Collier with a team high 7 for Cascade. And now on the other end, we got another 3 there. This time it fails, but we got Thomas coming up with the rebound, drives it to the basket, and draws the foul. Well, I'll tell you, Abby Walker, she has a very, very unique style. It's almost like she just puts the ball in both hands and shoves it forward. But she's already hit a couple of threes that way, so if it works, then can't argue with it. Sort of like Bill Cartwright. Some of you older fans might remember the way he shot his free throws very unusually, as the first free throw is up and good there for Thomas. Bill Cartwright, he would extend his arms almost straight up in the air and then release it mainly with his wrists. And but he was one of the better free throw shooting centers in the league. And he hit as the Thomas hits both of them. She now has a team high and game high tying 8 points along with Combs. So 23-22, Cloverdale with the lead. Cascade with the ball now inside to Walker, puts it up off the glass, no good, and a rebound by the Lady Clovers. That was Kelsey Helterbrand, the only senior in the starting lineup. And now, although even though she's the only senior in the starting lineup, she's actually has the lowest points per game average of those seniors. So now we've got Haley Thomas now going to the free throw line, having drawn the foul on Olivia Bryant, making it the 6th Cascade foul of the game. Now the ball inbounds. Over to Hilterbrand, jump shot from the free throw line, no good. Walker with the rebound. And Brings it up, 2:30 to go now. Gives it up to Olivia Bryant. Nearly loses it, but it maintains control now.
It's going to be a dogfight the whole way, Leck.
Yep.
We just talked about this, and it is just a back-and-forth affair. Nice position that time by Walker. Got it to go, but they will say foul before the shot.
Nevertheless, Bailey Walker going to the free throw line to excuse me. No, sorry. No, she won't be going to the line, but that is the 5th team foul against Cascade. That's one is going to go against Sammy Schrum, one of the 2 freshmen in the starting lineup here tonight for the Lady Clovers. So now a drive to the basket by Cascade, in and out. Rebound there by Cloverdale. Bring it up. Now pass over to Hildebrand. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Cascade. Brings it down all the way. Tries to take it out herself, but it's knocked out of bounds to Cascade with 1:44 to go here in the second quarter. It's been a very hard-fought game. The team's never separated by more than 4 points either way. A lot like that. And now Michaela Collier sitting down, as well as one other player for the Lady Cadets. But yeah, like last week in that Plainfield game in this quarterfinal round of the Hendricks County Tournament, Cascade and Plainfield were never separated by. And now a three-pointer by Bailey Walker, in and out. Rebound, I believe, by Combs. So now it looks like we're going to have Walker bringing it up there. Or excuse me, Thomas. Gives it up to Ariana McCracken. You get another freshman now. But tipped away, though, to Cascade. Drives to the basket and lays it in and is fouled. So Cascade goes back up with 1:14 to go here in the second quarter at Clayton. That was Olivia Bryant, who has 5 now. And now Abby Walker coming into the game now in exchange for, I believe, Hilterbrand is sitting down for Cloverdale. So Olivia Bryant, this would tie it if she hits it. Free throw is up, and it is good. So we are tied now at... I'm sorry, we're tied. I'm sorry, I forgot that wasn't the second in. That was she was trying to complete the three-point play, and she did. So Cloverdale is up. Cascade is up, excuse me. Now we got a steal there. Pass down to the other end. Layup by Bailey Walker is good. She has 6 now.
Nice job that time by Cascade, not only getting the steal, but then getting players back. They've done a nice job at that all game, as back the way Combs up and in for 2.
Tori Combs now with 10 points, first double-figure score in the game. And now another steal.
Whoa, and a wrestling match breaks out as Combs, a little hip toss there of number 13, Bryant, for the Cadets. I'm a little surprised they let that, and now Combs going to end up at the free throw line.
Yeah, Tori Combs, a very quiet 10 points. So she's already well over halfway to her average before we get to the half. 44.5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. This is the first Lady Cadets home game in 31 days since that win over Monrovia. First free throw by Combs is up and good. If she hits this next one, we're tied. Cascade scored the first four points of the game. Looked like they were going to run away with it, but then and then the second one by Combs is good. But then Cloverdale ran off 7 points in a row, and the teams have been back and forth ever since. 27-27 now, under 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Bailey Walker handling and the ball passes over to Lexi Gross. Passes back to Walker, nearly loses it, but saves it though. Under 30 seconds now. Now passes back to Lexi Gross, drives up to the baseline, looks for someone to hit now. Back out to Bailey Walker for a wide open 3, in and out. And looks like Combs comes with the rebound, 15 seconds to go. So Cloverdale has a chance to take the lead into the halftime. That's Haley Thomas now over to Combs. Now across court, but it's through the hands of her target, Abby Walker, and out of bounds to Cascade with 5.9 seconds to go here in the half. Team's tied at 27 here at Cascade in the lovely community of Clayton, Indiana, about 15 miles west of Indianapolis here on US 40. Now pass inside to Walker. and pitches back to Collier. Now it looks like they're not going to get the shot off. No, they don't. So we head to the locker rooms here at Cascade. A very, very exciting game going, and it could not be closer. Your score, your 6th-ranked Cascade Lady Cadets 27, and the geographic rival Cloverdale Clovers 27. We'll be back with first half recap and a preview to the second half after these words from our underwriters here on Audio Sports Online.
Yeah, real quick, I want to thank those that have made it possible for us to be out here tonight. Diamond Partner, Best Way Drywall Incorporated, Diamond Partner, North Salem State Bank, Platinum Partner, AIC Irrigation, Platinum Partner, CJ's Pizza.
Well, I'll tell you, back here at Clayton, we got really a very exciting game going, about as exciting as we've seen all year, and we've seen some real dandies here for both the boys and girls teams. Your Cascade Lady Cadets, currently ranked number 6 in the state in Class 2A, are all tied up at 27 with the Cloverdale Lady Clovers, a fellow 2A team. Now, so far this season, Cascade, in their other games against teams in their class, has been 3-0, and didn't look like they were facing a huge challenge tonight. It was certainly a moderate challenge, but Cascade being 12-4, while Cascade being 11-7, being a very young team, and having played nowhere near the tough schedule that Cascade has. I thought, Cascade would probably have a double-figure lead by now, but it wasn't to be. I think a lot of it was simply Cascade not quite being prepared for the very aggressive defense that Cloverdale has thrown at the Lady Cadets. But I really believe that Cascade will pull this one out, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. And first, for a very specific reason, I'm going to go through the scoring totals for both teams now. First of all, for your Cascade Lady Cadets, Olivia Collier leads all scorers with 7, followed by Olivia Bryant with 6, Bailey Walker with 6, Amelia Bryant with 4, Hannah Rasnick with 2, and Lexi Gross with 2. Meanwhile, for the Cloverdale Lady Clovers, Tori Combs has 12, while Haley Thomas has 8, Abby Walker has 6, and LaCane Price has 1. So I think there are two things that are going to happen in the second half that are going to enable Cascade to win. And, of course, I've been wrong before, but here's my prediction. You see, Cascade has had 6 players score, and keep in mind that Hannah Rasnick was even playing off the bench tonight, presumably to give presumably Trinity Hostetler was put in for her size to help contain Combs. But basically, Cascade just has a deeper team that's dominated by juniors and seniors. They've already had 6 players score, and it's been very balanced with the players having 7, 6, 6, 4, 2, and 2, whereas Cloverdale is, that they've only had 4 players scored, and basically the bulk of it was with the 3 players. LaCane Price only had 1. So I think that at the halftime right now, probably Coach Carpenter is making some adjustments and just telling the team just stay calm, stay focused, don't rush anything, take care of the ball, and you'll be okay. So if you take away some of the silly turnovers that Cascade committed in this first half, they would be ahead by probably at least 6 points, probably more like in the neighborhood of 10. And I think if they just play a second half, keeping silly mistakes to a bare minimum, they should be fine, especially if they are a deeper team. And I think that with the youth of Cloverdale, and especially not having as deep a team, teams like that usually wear down in the second half of games, and I think that's what's going to happen. So we should have the Lady Cadets pulling away and getting a win. And hopefully, and tomorrow against South Vermilion, by the way, a 2A team who enters the game with a record of 7-10, and again playing a much weaker schedule than does Cascade. That should be an easy win. You never want to count your chickens before they hatch, but as long as the Lady Cadets show up and play, solidly, that should not be a problem. So it'd be great to have 2 wins in less than 24 hours and 3 in a span of 5 days, especially recovering from the disappointment of losing both games last week in the Hendricks County tournament, although it should be noted that they did lose by only 4 to Plainfield, the number 18 ranked team in Class 4A on Plainfield's home court. So certainly it was somewhere at least in the neighborhood of a moral victory, although, Cascade really could have won it. 2 or 3 fewer turnovers, and they would have, I think. So I'll tell you, it's great to be back here in Clayton. Rob and I have been, covering games. In fact, we covered that whole bonanza of the Plainfield tournament, or the Hendricks County tournament last week, which will be at Plainfield. Look forward to having it here in the near future at Cascade. Rob did all 10 winners bracket games. I did 6 of them. I did the Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday sessions. Had to miss the others due to work. But, so, it's great to be here in this gym that just really feels like home. And, this is really one of the last old-style high school gyms left here in Hendricks County. The other, a lot of the other big schools, they have these really modern gyms, which are nice, but this Cascade gym, which was built about 50 years ago, really brings back the charm that was so synonymous with Indiana high school basketball for so many decades. When, especially before the mass consolidation, when you had all the little towns where just about every little community of a few hundred people had its own high school, and in a lot of the communities there was no movie theater, no all-night bars or anything, no video rental stores. The only thing to do on Friday night and sometimes Saturday night was go out and support the local high school team, and that's what everybody did, and it was a big source of unity and identity and pride in the community. And the teams by and large played in nice intimate gyms like this. I think the capacity of this gym is probably in the neighborhood of 1,500 to 2,000. We already have a very nice crowd here, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 or 400, and it's probably going to have several more hundred fans as well filing in for the rest of the evening. And I think because Clayton is such a small community without a whole lot to do on Friday night, I think that's one reason why they still have such great crowds, even when we only have girls' games, on weeknights. And it's just great to see the enthusiasm. And another thing that I like about it is usually there are about as many road fans here as home fans, so it's great to see all these road teams have such loyal contingencies that they carry with them from game to game as well. And so certainly I've enjoyed the other games I've commentated, since I was last here, 24 days ago for the boys, 31 days ago for the girls. But it's great to be back here at Clayton. I really got spoiled coming out here 2 or 3 times a week for about a month, especially for the girls' games, because the Lady Cadets had that 7-game homestand, and now Cloverdale just has returned now. But yeah, it's great to be back here, and hope to be back here many more times, not only this season but in future seasons, and hopefully for other sports. It'd be great to come out here for football and baseball and softball. So, but I do have a humorous story before we head into the second half. So we got 2:04 on the halftime clock. Cascade's last game was Tuesday night out at Northview. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Northview is in a little town called Brazil, which is, I guess, about 40 miles west of here. It has a couple of trivial claims to fame. It's the hometown of both Jimmy Hoffa as well as 80s rocker Henry Lee Summer. You might remember me had a couple of national hits in the late 80s with Hey Baby and I Wish I Had a Girl. But that's the home of Northview High School. And I've only been out to Northview once, and that was 3 years ago. I remember it was Halloween night back in 2014 where I was covering a football game. It was the second-round sectional game between Plainfield, who I was commentating for with Audio Sports Online, and they were playing at Northview, who was hosting the game. And it was a very miserable game. I remember it was actually slightly snowing on the way out there. We had temperatures in the 30s. And Northview, who had been pretty bad in football consistently for about 20 years, was having a breakthrough year, but unfortunately the cold weather kept the fans away. They only had about 300 people there at the game in one of the best seasons in school history. And I got up to the press box, and there actually was not a door handle, so they had actually untangled they'd actually untangled a wire hanger and weaved it in there so it could be used effectively as a door handle. And that really epitomized the kind of experience I had there that night, because I was actually commentating the game on my cell phone, and I had to. It was so far out in the boondocks, I had to literally call back and reconnect, I'd say 20 to 25 times. But thankfully, Plainfield got a great win, and, I came home, almost pulled off the win in the sectional championship game the next week against 9-time state champion Ron Colley. But anyway, back to action here. We're about to got the 8 minutes set on the clock, and so here we are. Teams tied at 27, and neither team, nothing's been settled yet. We got a barn burner of a second half coming up right now. So Helterburn, now it looks like Haley Thomas has the ball. She brings it down, and she's heavily guarded there. And now it's Steele there, and I believe Bailey. It's who was that? She drives it in, and they got it for a charge though.
Yeah, it's going to be on 24.
Yeah,
for
okay.
The Cadets.
Yeah, Amelia Bryant. Sorry about that. Amelia Bryant. So 27-27 now. Cloverdale with gets the ball back.
No, we're good, thanks.
And member of the Flying Cascade staff, Cascade staff, just checking up on us, make sure we had everything we needed.
Yeah, and we say this all the time, Leck, but it bears repeating as Combs to the hole up and in for two. John Acton and Scott Stevens and the whole staff out here at Cascade do such a phenomenal job. They're amazing people.
They are. I mean, I'll tell you, I've been treated well. Now we got to travel there by Olivia Bryant. So Cloverdale with the ball now up by 2. But I've never been to a school before where they really went all out and rolled out the red carpet for us as much as they do here at Cascade. So I definitely hope to still keep coming back here for a long time. It's a great school and a great community with a very, very competitive athletic program that's moving up the ladder. So now baseline jumper by the Lady Clovers is up and good. That's Sammy Schrum with her first points of the game. She's the 5'9" starting freshman. Now on the other end, down to Hostetler, feeds, and now we got the foul there. That's Olivia Bryant, fouled in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the line. So 4 quick points to start off the second half for the Lady Clovers as they go up by 4 with 7:03 to go here in the third quarter on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Yeah, these are the sort of games, like as we talked about early on in the broadcast, especially as we get closer to sectional time. You've got to find a way to win these games because these are the sort of games you're going to have in the sectional.
Yeah, I mean, and certainly, I still think Cloverdale. I still think Cascade's going to come back and win, but I think that that this Cloverdale team is a little tougher than the Lady Cadets anticipated, especially defensively. Well, Bryant hit 1 of 2 to cut the lead to 3 now.
Yeah, I think they've been a little surprised at how efficient the rest of the team has been. Such an emphasis on Combs as she gets the ball to left block that time, up and in for 2. I think they've been surprised at how well the rest of the Cloverdale squad has played. Now, there's a kick, no call.
Jump ball.
And a jump ball is called on the floor. It looked like Combs got a foot on that time. Possession arrow will favor the Lady Cadets.
And we can't see the possession arrow from our vantage point, so we have to rely on the Zebras out there. 5-point lead, though, the biggest lead of the game for either team now. And now we've got a whistle here.
And a ball has fallen onto the floor.
Thankfully, they did not call a technical against the home team. Sometimes things like that have happened in situations like that, where a fan did something dumb and the home team got a technical.
Yeah, that would be very bad for the Cadets.
Indeed, especially trailing by 5. Double team now on the other end of the court, but to Bryant now, she passes over. Now finds a wide open player for a 3 from the corner. No good, though. And that was Schrum who comes away with the rebound. So now fakes a 3 there, and now passes inside to Combs, posts up, puts it up. No good. Rebound by Bailey Walker. She chases it down after a tip. Now Walker brings it down herself. Pitches over to Olivia Bryant, now across court to Michaela Collier, 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound by Bailey Walker. She puts it back up. No good. Gets her own rebound, and we got a jump ball. Possession arrow this time favors Cloverdale. I'll tell you, this is, I think, the first time ever when the name of the school and the name of the nickname, the name of the school and the name of the team for both schools is the same. And so both teams just have a double C's. And now on the other end, nice block there by Bailey Walker. But Helterbrand puts it back up and in, and now a chance to convert a three-point play. I'm sorry, Schrum, excuse me. She wears 11, and I thought it said 10. Sometimes these girls with the ponytails, it's hard to discern the number. But anyway, so Schrum suddenly with 7 points, I believe, all in this half.
Yeah, like not to hit the panic button here, but now with the lead at 8 points, Cascade really does need to try to put some points together here.
Yeah, and another thing, because they play in just another game in about 20 hours, and now when they find Walker wide open, she puts it in.
Yeah,
much needed points. Yeah,
nice pass that time. Good cut to the basket by Walker, and that'll cut the lead down to 6.
Yeah, they needed that. Now we got a near steal there on the other side, and but Combs comes away with it, and now we got it. No, Bailey Walker gets a steal, and now the 3-on-2 fast break though, and another Amelia Bryant now cuts the lead now to 4. So 4 quick points by the Lady Cadets, hanging in there.
That's been going on all game, Leck, where Cascade has had players back wide open as Combs puts it.
Beautiful move there, ducking under her defender. Combs with the game high 16.
Yeah, they've just had they've had men down under the basket all game long. As now there's a steal by Cloverdale, and now wide open too. So those 2 baskets the Cascade got, Cloverdale easily gets them back. Combs asking for a substitution. She wanted a timeout. Cloverdale wanted a timeout. They didn't get it.
Three-pointer now.
Ball. And that's Rasnick for 3. And now Cascade will spend a timeout. Cloverdale sidelines upset because they wanted a timeout after the made basket because Combs was signaling that she was gassed, needed to kind of get out of the game. And cost them 3 points right there.
Yeah, it was a wide open 3, and boy, did Cascade need it. And I'll tell you, Hannah Rasnick, she prior to that 3, she only had 2 points on the game. She came off the bench tonight after starting for the bulk of the season, and I think they're probably going to have to play her heavy minutes the rest of the way because I just don't think they have the offense without her. You know, she's averaging 10.3 points a game on the season, and she can stick it from long range. So I think they're just going to have to use her, especially because, you know, with the strong inside presence of Combs and Schrum, you know, they're probably going to have to rely more on outside shooting. So certainly Cascade not out of this yet, but it's the double-edged sword sometimes of coaching. And sometimes, sometimes you just need to have more of an outside presence. But at the same time, doing so could create more opportunities inside, if you take away the strong size combination of Hostetler and Bailey Walker. So now the other end. And now it's stripped away, but we got a jump ball here. And possession arrow favors Cascade, so good break for the Lady Cadets. They have a chance to make it a one-possession game now. 4:18 to go here at Clayton. Cloverdale surprisingly in front, 40-35 here, nearly midway through the third quarter. First Lady Cadets home game in a month. Now Hannah Resnick with the ball, gives it over to Bailey Walker. Now changes directions, and she lays it up, and she draws the foul, and she hits it. Chance for a three-point play there. I believe they're going to get Combs for the foul there. But nevertheless, that's a one-possession game now. Bailey Walker, the first double-figure score for the Lady Cadets. She has 10 now. So Tori Combs now sit down. No, sorry, she's just going over for instructions from the bench. Wishful thinking for Cascade fans. Although they do have a couple of substitutions now with Combs. Yeah, Combs is sitting down after all now. So now LaCane Price back into the game, one of 5 freshmen on this varsity squad. Up and good. So Walker completes the three-point play. She has 11 now. And so a 6-0 run there by the Lady Cadets. And they're right back in this game. They cut it to 2, 40-38, and we got a timeout now. So Coach Langdon, knows that this could be one of the biggest wins in his 6 years as head coach. Wants to make sure it doesn't slip away, as his team now has given up 6 consecutive points. First with the three-pointer there by Hannah Resnick, then with the three-point play by Bailey Walker.
Well, and as we said, Leck, it's now a 40-38 game. And it's just been this way, just back and forth the whole way. One team gets a little momentum, the other team steps up. I have a feeling it'll be this way till the end. But nice job to see Cascade getting down by 8 points, quickly getting that lead within striking distance again.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, I do think that in the end, probably their experience and stamina and depth will win out. But certainly they've, had their hands full in this game, more than expected. So now foul there as Sammy Schrum drove to the basket. She'll go to the free throw line. They're going to get that's Taylor Norris, a freshman. I believe that's the first time I've seen her play varsity ball all year. So they get her for the foul as the first free throw by Schrum is up and good. Norris is already good size at 5'8". Second free throw is up and good. So Michaela Collier will bring the ball down. She's had a quiet game. 7 points all in the first half. Now a three-pointer there from the perimeter. I think it was partially blocked, but Lexi Gross, the shortest player on the team, came away with the rebound, gives it back to Collier, who drives to the basket, and she draws the foul. I'll tell you, that's an example of how what a fiery competitor Lexi Gross is. The shortest player, I believe. She's shortest player on the team at 5'2", and still came away with that rebound there over some players who are nearly a foot taller. Collier sinks the first free throw, cutting the lead to 3, making it a one-possession game again. Cascade still very much in this one. Second free throw by Collier is up and good. She has 9 now. So it's a two-point deficit. And now very good defense there. Double team by trying to stop her from getting past midcourt. But now another double. And now they got a steal there. But Cloverdale, and now a jump ball possession arrow favoring Cloverdale. Cloverdale has 3 seniors and 5 freshmen. I'm almost certain this is the first time I've ever called any game in any sport in which there were more freshmen than seniors on the team. That is incredible. And that they still have an 11-7 record. I mean, you have 5 freshmen and on your team. You got to, after 18 games, you should feel good if you're 6-12. So certainly a bright future this program has here, and giving Cascade all they can handle tonight. So now Haley Thomas with the ball, drives to the basket, puts it up. It's deflected out of bounds to Cloverdale. 3:10 to go. Cloverdale leading 42-40. It was a barn burner the entire first half. Here in the second half, Cloverdale has led by as many as 8, but Cascades come storming back. And now, after rebound, they'll have a chance to tie or take the lead with the 3. Now on the other end, over to Lexi Gross, fakes the 3, pitches back to Bailey Walker, fakes the 3, back to Gross. Now coming off a pick by Walker, pitches over to Collier now, down to Hannah Resnick, drives, layup, and hits it. I'm sorry, that was Amelia Bryant, excuse me. She has 8 now, and we're tied at 42-42, so nice job on a 10-2 run now to erase that deficit for the Lady Cadets. And now they got another steal, gives it to Lexi Gross, brings it up, passes over to Collier, pulls up, shoots a 3, and she hits it.
Nice job by the Lady Cadets that time, and they will extend the lead to 45-42, 2:27 left to go in the third, Leck.
13-2 run there by the Lady Cadets. That's, now those are the 6th-ranked Lady Cadets that I've known and loved all season.
Yeah, and like we said, Leck, we thought this would be a back-and-forth affair, but it's interesting now. We've seen a game of runs, whereas in the first half it was kind of both teams trading baskets, maybe a 4-point lead here or there, but seen some big leads and then a big lead evaporate, so a couple of big runs for both teams puts Cascade now up by 3.
Yeah, yes, indeed, it does. So definitely, if you're a Cascade fan, you got to feel a lot better now than you did about 5 minutes ago. They've shown a lot of stamina, and Rob, all season long they've shown that they can erase deficits pretty well. They're very good at not panicking, at understanding you can't erase the deficit all at once. You just have to chip away at it a little at a time, and that's what they've done here very professionally. And now, what Coach Langdon has to be concerned about is that his, very young team that starts two freshmen and two freshmen and a sophomore. You got to be concerned that your team that starts two freshmen and a junior doesn't fold right here and panic in the clutch. So now another steal there. Bailey Walker's trying to take it down herself. She puts it up. She hits it.
Nice job that time by Bailey Walker. Just a great individual effort, and it extends the lead to 5.
15-2 run now by Cascade. Now inside to Tori Combs. She puts it in. She has a game-high 18. Boy, Cloverdale really needed that one very badly. So now over to Lexi Gross on the other end. She patches back. Now a three-pointer by Collier. She hits it!
Oh, what a big 3 that time right there. Stepping up. Only a couple 3 balls in the game for both squads, and that's a big one for Cascade.
So now that's been a 14-point turnaround now. And now a near now they were close to forcing a 10-second violation before we had that whistle there. I think they're going to get Lexi for the foul on a reach-in. So that's Lexi's 4th. She will sit down. But, wow, she's provided a lot of energy off the bench tonight. Only 2 points, but, she contributes a lot more than that. She contributes a lot of defense and a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And now mishandled pass on the other end, out of bounds to Cascade on an incredible 18-4 run over a span of just about 4 minutes. And now Price sitting down. It looks like Walker is coming back in for the Abby Walker, that is. And now over to Bailey Walker on the other end. Now over to Michaela Collier. It's stripped away, and Cloverdale comes away with it. Just over a minute to go in the quarter now. They trail by 6, trying to get back in this game. And now another near steal, but they maintain control. And now we got a whistle here. And we got a timeout now. 58.7 seconds to go here at Clayton in the third quarter. Your Cascade Lady Cadets on an 18-4 run after a slow start to the second half. They lead the visiting Cloverdale Lady Clovers by a score of 50-44 here on audiosportsonline.com. This is our first broadcast here from Clayton in the year 2017. And certainly hope for many more. We had a great time here, all the games in November and December, as well as covering both the boy and girl cadet teams out in Plainfield last week in the annual extravaganza known as the Hendricks County Basketball Tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here over the next, not the final minute here in the third quarter and then into the first couple of the fourth to see what they do, especially with Combs. I don't know if she's feeling a little under the weather. She's obviously not playing like it, but she's looked really tired a couple times and actually has to be taken out of the game at that one point, or at least get a timeout. Now, speaking of Combs, back that into her turnaround jumper out of bounds. No,
it hit the side of the backboard.
So it'll be interesting to see if they leave her in or try to take her out and buy some time like they did in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision for Coach Langdon. But now on the other end, though, drive to the basket, knocked out of bounds there. I could not tell who that was from my vantage point. We have a partly obstructed view here in this corner. Although I'm not complaining, though, because this is such a magnificent place to call a game. We have such great fans. We have, I believe, probably in the neighborhood of 60-65% capacity already. and we still got, over a quarter to play here in the girls' game. We should have, probably a couple hundred more fans, maybe more file in for the boys' game. And another thing, it's great to see, Rob, I've been meaning to point out the whole game, but right here, just a few feet in front of us, we have the entire boys' team who are sitting here supporting the girls' game. And so it's great to see them giving the support to their female counterparts here at Cascade.
Yeah, and a good crowd tonight as people continuing to fill up ahead of the boys' game. A shot up and in for two.
Olivia Bryant again.
And nice to see just the round-the-board support. And as you said, well, part of that is she'll heave at the length of the floor. No good. So he played three. It's an 8-point lead, which I believe is the biggest of the game for the Cadets, 52-44. You just get that wholesale support for the boys and the girls teams when it comes to basketball out here at Cascade.
Yeah, you do. And now the boys teams, having cheered on the girls team for 3 quarters, now walking down to the locker rooms to get dressed for their game, which will start about 15 or 20 minutes after the conclusion of this girls game. But it's great that they're all out there like that, and you'd like to see every boys team out there supporting the school's girls team and vice versa. I'd like to see it happen a lot more, and of course, and it's obviously with all the boys girls doubleheaders they have here, they have more opportunities here at Cascade. So now we've got the cheerleaders going around throwing things into the crowd. I think they're like Cascade towels or something. Wow, that cheerleader's got a good arm. She almost got one up to us, Rob. But, the fan about 3 rows in front of us caught it. So
it was almost us.
Yeah.
We almost had a souvenir.
Yeah. Maybe they would frown on the broadcast crew getting a souvenir, but, oh well.
Now we should point out that they gave us these very nice hats.
Yes, they did, and keychains as well. So very appreciative of that. And I will use them both with pride. I feel like I'm an honorary cadet after all the games I've done here. Maybe someday I'll get an honorary diploma from Cascade. I'm surprised I haven't gotten one from Plainfield yet, as many games as I've done there. But anyway, now a 3-pointer from the corner by no good. Cascade controls the rebound, but we got a quick steal there by that was Ariana McCracken, another freshman on this team, only 5'2". I wonder if she's related to the great Branch McCracken, who's, I think, one of the most underrated basketball figures in Indiana history.
Oh, up and in for 2 that time. Nice job.
That was Schrum again, yeah. She has 11.
And we talked about, of course, Combs in the pregame, but several of as a nice 2 that time by Rasnake. But it's really been Rasnake nailing the jumper from the free throw line. Really been a complete across-the-board effort from the Lady Clovers to try to stay in this one.
Yes, it has been. And
nearly a steal.
Now on the other end, 3-pointer there, in and out, but the rebound there, put up, no good. And I believe it was Rasnake who controlled the rebound. Yes, she brings it down, 5'11", and now it shoots a 3 from the top of the key, in and out, rebound there by Combs. So definitely the first couple of minutes of this half, very important for the Lady Clovers. And we got a steal there by Bailey Walker. She's going to try to bring it all the way down herself against 2 people. She puts it up and she draws the foul.
Nice job that time. Bailey Walker hustling to the hole, drawing the harm and going to the free throw line.
And I'll tell you, if they can get the first, this would be the first points by either team of the second half. And if Walker hits these 2, makes it a double-figure lead, then you can probably Cloverdale will probably start showing a lot more urgency, and that first free throw no good. But as it is right now, they know the game is in danger of slipping away. So it's 3-possession lead as it is, and Cascade now. Walker missed both. A big break for the Lady Cadets. Nevertheless, Cascade closed out that that third quarter with an incredible, and now we got another lay-in there by Tori Combs. 20 points now for the superstar sophomore at 5'9". Now at the other end, Bailey Walker puts it up and she's fouled and hits it. So a chance for another 2-point play. But assuming that another 3-point play, excuse me. But assuming that Cascade hangs on to win, you've got to point to that 20-4 run at the end of the third quarter, where they turned an 8-point deficit into an 8-point lead, and they just played incredibly A-plus ball for those 5 or 6 minutes as Walker completes the 3-point play. She has 16 now.
Yeah, nice job of Cascade extending the lead.
And now steal, and now put up no good. And now it's fight for the loose ball. Possession arrow favors, on jump ball possession arrow favors Cloverdale.
Nice job by Cascade, really being able to hold this distance on the lead over the first couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. And I'm sure Cloverdale, part of their plan of attack, trying to get in quickly as that ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lady Clovers.
And by the way, the earlier I mentioned that next week the Lady Cadets play in the Western Indiana Conference playoffs. And now I got another steal at the end now and fight over the loose ball. Bailey Walker controls it. I'll hold that thought till the next dead ball. But now it's steal there by Tori Combs. She takes it down 1-on-1 against Walker. Nice job switching directions, but she loses control, and it goes out of bounds to Cascade. But anyway, the Lady Cadets drew a first-round bye in that tournament, and their first game there will be a week from tonight.
There's a steal. Combs with the right hand up and in for 2.
So Combs with a 22, a game high now, 22 points, cutting the lead to 7. Much needed points there for the Lady. And now at the other end, down to Rasnick. Pass inside to Walker, turnaround, bank shot, no good. Fight for the loose ball, and we got another jump ball, this time possession arrow favoring Cascade. But yeah, anyway, a week from tonight, Cascade will play at Greencastle in the first round of that tournament. So, hope you all will get out there for that one. Those two teams played back, and Bailey Walker with another 2 there. She has 18 on the game, now pushing the lead back up to 9. 5:07 to go. It looks like, and now another steal there. No, but Cloverdale gets it back, and now the travel, they're going to get Haley Thomas for a travel. But the two teams played back in the opening night of the season, all the way back on November 4th. Seems like a long time ago. That was an easy 58-32 win for the Lady Cadets. Although Greencastle has gone on to an 11-7 season, so certainly not a game you want to take too lightly.
Very dangerous long pass that time, though, was tracked down by the Cadets.
So now what you got to do if you're Cascade, be very methodical, work for a good shot. This one's yours as long as you don't, throw it away. And now a three-pointer up and good there. That was Taylor Norris. That's the first time I think I've seen her score all season. Only a freshman. Most of the best players on Cascade right now are juniors and seniors, so it's good to see one of the underclassmen, or I guess underclass women, I should say, getting a big shot there off the bench, pushing the lead to a game-high 12. And now a three-pointer from the corner, no good. Air ball rebound there by Cascade by Collier. Gives it up to Bailey Walker, back to Olivia Bryant now. Now inside to Norris, back to Bailey Walker for 3, no good. Rebound there by Price. So Cloverdale now with the ball trailing by 12, a little over half a quarter to go. They need something fast. And now Haley Thomas gives it up to the three-pointer there. No good by Schrum. And we got a jump ball now, possession arrow favoring Cloverdale. So it's been a 20-point turnaround. Cascade on a 30-10 run now over about the last 12 minutes or so. Now jump shot at the other end, no good. Rebound by Schrum, puts it back up, no good. Rebound again, no good. And this time finally Cascade gets it. And we got a foul there. I think they're going to say that Schrum reached in on Collier there near the sideline. That is on Schrum. It's her third. Team sixth. So each team one foul away from going into the penalty now. So now Bailey Walker fakes a three. Passes across court. Collier with the ball now. Over to Olivia Bryant. Cascade can take their sweet time, a 12-point lead, under 3.5 minutes to go now.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, really content to run some clock, and Cloverdale doesn't seem in much of a hurry, although now they haven't started the count to really come out there and get them. Now a little pass. Oh, wide open to Walker. Missed the layup, rebound, up. Missed it, drew the foul.
And that she will go to the line, and now that being the seventh foul of the half against Cloverdale, Cascade will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Bailey Walker been in a little bit of an offensive slump lately with 18 points tonight. Make it 19. So now Ariana McCracken sitting down, and I believe Combs just was the one who replaced her. Now Walker puts it up, hits it. So that was a swish that time. She has 20. So a 14-point lead, game-high lead for the Lady Cadets as really the last, and now a three-pointer there by Cloverdale, no good. Rebound by Cascade, and that should just about do it. And now knocked out of bounds to Cascade. Exactly 3 minutes to go. But it's been now Cascade on a 32-10 run after they trailed 40-32. They have just been awesome. And, ever since Christmas break, they've done some good things, but they finally hit their stride tonight and got back the magic they had in November and December before that 17-day layoff. And now Bailey Walker, short jump shot, nails it, swish. She has 22, tying Combs for the game high, and it's a 66-50 lead, and that should just about do it. And certainly, if you're and out the other end, Combs misses it, and on the rebound, knocked out of bounds.
How many points does Combs have tonight, Leck?
22.
Yeah, it just seems like she could get that shot anytime she wanted tonight. I'm just not to say there's anything 22 with 2.5 minutes to go is anything to sneeze at, but it just seems like they went away from that quite a bit, and they could have got that shot pretty much anytime they wanted, they just did right there, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and it seemed like, really that 20-4 run to close the third quarter by Cascade, really, it was like Cloverdale for the first time all game looked phased, like they didn't know what hit them. And I think they just got out of their game plan as Combs misses the first one. But, you give them credit. I mean, they led for probably a good roughly half of the game. And Cascade finally hit their stride, and now the second free throw by Combs also no good. So she misses them both. And now on the other end of the court, Cascade can just, run as much of the clock as they want. No shot clock here in Indiana high school basketball. I'd imagine they'll probably, have a minimum of 4 passes before they take any shots the rest of the way. And I don't expect that there'll be much fouling to stop the clock either. And keep in mind also, they have a game in just about 20 hours or 18 hours or so.
Yeah, so, if you notice, they've got some subs in there right now, Leck.
Yeah, they've Collier is still in there, but they also have Olivia Bryant is still in there, and then Hannah Rasnick, who normally starts but did not tonight, although she did have a few key plays off the bench.
And now a foul called on the Clovers.
Yeah. That one is going to go against Haley Thomas. That's her third. So Olivia Bryant now going to the free throw line. She has 9. She hits this, she'll become the third double-figure scorer, and she does. 17-point lead now for Cascade. I'll tell you, you want to play great all the time, but it's especially important to finish strong, and that is what Cascade has done tonight. There is Bryant. Hits the second one, so she has 11 now.
And now timeout.
Yeah, so
lead is 18 with 1:42 to go. So Cascade is going to put this one in the win column.
Yes, indeed, and what a high quality win it's been as well. I mean, really, we've commentated probably in the neighborhood of 10 Cascade games this year. They've won, I think, all but 2 of them. I know that they lost to Cardinal Ritter, and then they lost to Plainfield. So, we've only seen them lose to higher class teams, and we've seen them beat plenty of higher class teams as well. So, really, this is a great win for Cascade. It's unquestionably their best win, here in 2017. The win against Northview on the road the other night was nice. The close loss to Plainfield was encouraging. The loss last week in the Hendricks County tournament to Tri-West was a disappointment, certainly. But this game, for about the last quarter and a half, this was an A-plus performance by Cascade. So they have a lot to feel good about, and it's been a 36 to 10 run. I mean, it's a 26-point turnaround from when they were down 8. I mean, if you walked in this game now, you would never believe that these Lady Cadets were down by 8 midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, tale of 2 games. Reverse layup, good for 2.
Yes. So Schrum with 13 now. But 120 to go now, and now another steal. And certainly, even with your reserves, you don't want to have sloppy turnovers late in a game. But nevertheless, a very satisfying win. And now a missed shot there, and Cascade gets the rebound. Just over a minute to go. I imagine they'll probably run a good. And now we've got a timeout, and I think probably Coach Carpenter is just going to empty the bench.
Yeah, you're right. Like, that was the goal there. We're at a minute 2 to go, 16-point lead. Cascade feeling very secure in this one, and a chance to get some new players into the contest.
Yes, so now inbounding the ball, now you had Laura Batch. She's a 5'4 senior. And now we got a foul there on the drive to the layup there. Let's see. It's going to be on Schrum. That's her 4th.
Let's go ahead and thank our folks that allow us to be out here once again, real quick, Leck. They include Platinum Partner CJ's Pizza, Platinum Partner AIC Irrigation, Diamond Partner North Salem State Bank, and Diamond Partner Best Way Drywall Inc.
Yeah, so 17-point lead now for the Lady Cadets. And now we've got a whistle there. So 48.1 seconds left. Cascade will improve to 13-4 on the season and improve to 4-0 against Class 2A teams, which is all they're going to be playing in the tournament. And keep in mind, these two teams, and this is a good sign, by the way, as Thomas goes to the free throw line. First one is up and no good. And they get the rebound, however. Now a jump shot is good.
Yeah, 3-ball from the wing there by Schrum. And so now 16 points, I believe, for her.
Yes. Well, it's a 14-point game now, and now a foul there. They've got Bats fouling Schrum again as she drove to the basket. So we got more free throws on the way for Cloverdale, and they will be able to make this final score look a little closer than it actually was. First one is good. 25.9 seconds to go. When Cascade gets the ball back, they likely will just run out the rest of the clock. Second one is good as well, so Schrum with 17 now, cutting the lead to 12. And now mishandle pass on the other end of the court. And so Lady Clovers will get one more chance on offense. .14 seconds left. Another jump shot by Schrum, partially blocked. No good. Cloverdale gets the rebound. turnaround jumper, no good. And Cascade gets the rebound, and they'll run it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. So, after a early scare and a game that looked like it might slip away even well into the third quarter, your Lady Cadets go on an outstanding 36-10 run to put this one away, and they beat the Cloverdale Clovers by a score of 69-57 here on Audio Sports Online.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to do it for us. We're going to take a quick pause, and then we will be back with the boys' game. We're going to shut the stream down for just a minute, reset everything, and we'll be back with game number 2 tonight. Rob Kendall and Lex Zorn coming your way from Cascade High School, where the Lady Cadets take it over the Lady Clovers.